everybody, welcome to Labelle, Florida. My name is Katie Rodriguez and with me is...
Jose Rodriguez. Welcome to Sun Life. We're going to drive through Labelle on a Sunday. It should be a real short video. Labelle is a little country town right outside of Fort Myers in Henry County. Henry County is about 40% Hispanic and is a fast-growing... It's almost like a suburb of a suburb of a suburb of the Fort Myers, Naples area. It used to be a small town all by itself, far away, but as Southwest Florida keeps growing, Labelle is becoming part of the urban hub almost. It's just on the outskirts of the outskirts, and lots of new houses are going in, and this little town is changing. What are your thoughts on Labelle, Katie?
A few years ago, it was a cute, small little town. It's changed a little bit. It's still that cute, small town, but I have been noticing lately there are some signs of...
There's more crime.
Yeah.
It's 40 miles an hour. You're going 47. Yeah, so Labelle has grown, and I think some of its problems have grown. And that's not usually the case. Usually when a place grows is for the better. But I think Labelle has picked up a little bit of the worst because it was more affordable than Miami, not too far away. Naples, Fort Myers are growing. Not everything's for the best. They did get a new, what is this, a brewery, I think? That's pretty fancy right there for a small town, You got your little fancy brewery, but you still got Popeyes next to it. Any small southern town's gonna have a Popeyes. Life ain't been the same since those Popeye sandwiches. I don't know what that means. Somebody said it to me recently, and I was like, okay.
I think they lost weight.
Yeah, they have the log cabin barbecue right there. We like that.
They got a farmer's market going there. Little fireworks.
Yeah. The hood is to the right of us. A little tiny hood back behind here. Ain't much of a hood, but it's all they got. Little Mexican restaurants left and right. There's a Merc on 22s. Family Dollar. Is that new?
No.
It's been there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they got like 2 new Cuban restaurants now. You know that? Yeah, they got like a bunch of new Cuban restaurants.
They got a smoothie and juice bar. They've had this for a while.
Yeah, I know they got a few Cuban restaurants.
At the pharmacy.
Yeah. El Burger King. La Excelente, which I've never heard of. I think that's like some old crap. That building's all boarded up. Yeah. This is it. This is the Henry County Courthouse right here. This is as good as it gets for Labelle.
Directions to Palmdale, not the one in California from that song.
Come back to me. I need you and I love you, Katie. Palmdale. Oh, they're getting a racetrack. Or 7-Eleven. Look at the size of that thing.
That might be a Wawa.
A Wawa?
7-Eleven, yeah.
7-Eleven, yeah. Dude. Labelle is growing.
They got a Dunkin' Donuts now.
They've had it.
It looks new.
They've had it.
Yeah. Next thing for them is Starbucks.
I'll move in at that point.
And a Publix. I'll be here.
When they get to Starbucks and a Publix, I'll move here.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating.
I know. That's the thing.
That's the only thing. The only thing this town really needs is a Starbucks.
In a Publix.
In a Publix. By the way, we've had several people tell me that they discovered Labelle because of our channel.
Yeah.
And now they live here and they love it. So, I think the only problem that I've seen with Labelle is it does seem like there's pretty high crime right here.
Yeah.
It does seem like there's a lot of crime. Yeah. In Labelle, Arcadia, these little inland towns, Clewiston and South Florida, like once you go inland, there's so much crime. There really is a lot of crime. Not sure why, but there just is. Big houses too. Like that's a nice. There's a lot of big houses here for being a town. Now we enter Port Labelle, and out here, this is kind of like the Estates or Lehigh. It's kind of like it's a giant grid pattern that they laid out. Beautiful farm. Look at the size of that farm. The horses on it. It's kind of like, a big grid pattern they made, and they're just now starting to put in houses. Now, some of these grid patterns actually have city water. So, that's a plus because you don't have to put a septic tank in. Last I checked, lots out here are going for about $60,000, which is not 60, 30,000. That's a lot of money for an empty lot out here. This is Port Labelle sign right there, so this is Port Labelle. In this area, it's like a giant grid pattern they laid out. What's nice about it is that it's not square grid pattern. It's kind of like windy roads, so the lots are all shaped differently, and it looks prettier like that when you're going down curvy little roads versus like a square grid pattern. I think they did good with that. And you'll see here when we enter Port Labelle, you'll see some pretty big newer houses. They're definitely not small. Big lake here on the right. Big lake on the right. Great bass fishing in this lake, by the way. We fished it. I got some friends from this area. We go fishing. In fact, there's people cast netting on the other bank right now. And great big lake. New houses being built on the other side of the lake. You can see them. And they're pretty good, decent sized houses. There's a bunch of people fishing, actually. I see people fishing all through the lake. There's a bunch of people fishing. Great fishing spot. Lots of big bass in there. You can see new houses being built. There, actually, it's one house, but it's so big it looks like several houses. It's a big house on the lake. And the houses that were already there before were pretty good sizes. Well, they're not small houses. They're pretty good sized houses. Beautiful houses. Nice country. Those are almost, not mansions, but they're pretty big houses. Right on the outskirts. We looked at real estate here in Labelle. And both, when we left Naples, we looked into Labelle. And when we moved back to South Florida, we almost bought a condo here at a marina right here on the left. The problem was, I didn't like the HOA because in the HOA, there's people from Alabama in the HOA. And I was like, I don't want to live this nightmare again. But we almost bought a condo here. I'm almost glad we didn't, though. Yeah. I look back on it.
Yeah.
It's been nice to have all this free money flowing around.
Yeah, we looked at...
Tying up our money into real estate.
We looked at a few condos here, and it just...
The
really
HOAs were really bad. The
Yeah.
HOAs suck.
Yeah.
When you buy a $100,000 condo, the HOAs are going to be garbage.
Yeah.
They got lawsuits going on, and the people don't get along, and they're fighting each other. And crap, you could have got a house built here in Labelle, like one of these tiny little houses over here, smaller houses. Not a 1,200 square foot house. Some of these houses you can get them built for $120,000 back then. Now they're up to $200,000. I hope they go back to like $140,000, $150,000. If they go back down to that, it wouldn't be bad for us to buy one.
If we can.
The thing about living out here, it's like now, like we live in Lehigh and it sucks. Imagine living out here.
Yeah.
If you need a Publix or a Starbucks, you gotta go like so far for it. It wouldn't be any fun.
No.
Like the things that we go to every day, like we go to Starbucks and Publix. Like
It would have us eating at home more, which is probably actually good for us.
Good for our economy.
Yeah.
But our realistic livelihood. If they got a Publix and a Starbucks, look how many houses they've built on this side.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. They have to get a Starbucks and a Publix out here.
Yeah.
When they get the Starbucks and the Publix, then I'll move out here.
Yeah.
And they're still building tiny little houses out here.
But then it'll raise it by 100,000.
You think if we pay this off, the bank will consider us for a loan? We have to fix our credit for about a year or two.
You have to pay it for...
About a year?
We have to have payment history.
For about a year or two?
Yeah.
So we have to pay this no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's people cast netting over there too. There's a lot of fishing here. There's good fishing in this area.
Yeah.
And the people cast netting, they're eating what they catch, which is kind of like... You couldn't get me to eat none out of these canals, but...
Ooh, you can tell it's muggy.
The temperature?
The road.
It's what?
It goes all miragey.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, optical illusion up there.
Yeah.
It's hot. What's the car saying?
94.
Yeah, it's hot.
And it looks like you're driving into a river.
Yeah. It's hot. Well, there it is, guys. That's Labelle, Florida. It's growing. I'll move here when they get a Starbucks and a Publix. And I'm not even kidding. Because I don't know. Like, if they had a Publix and a Starbucks, that's all I would need to move out here. Like, seriously. I'll move to Labelle when they get a Publix and a